everyone, welcome to today's session. In this video we are going to learn about format of formal letters. Before learning anything in specific about these formal letters, let's see what is a letter first of all. It's nothing but a written mode of communication with the people. Then what is formal letter and what is informal letter? Based on what we have categorized these letters into two different types. Here, it depends on the person whom we are writing to. If we are writing a letter to our near and dear, our close friends, or our parents, friends, neighbors, or relatives, since they are personally related to us, they are called personal letters or informal letters. Personal letter or informal letter. Then, when we write a letter to a person who is not personally related to us, but still we have an official reason, formal reason to write a letter, such letters are to be said to be formal letters. Are official letters. For example, in your location, the cleanliness is not neatly maintained or garbage is spread here and there, and you will have to escalate it to the notice of your area's municipal commissioner. In that case, you will have to write a letter in the format, in this formal way, because you don't know who is that municipal commissioner and you are nowhere related to. But we have a reason to write a letter to him. Then we categorize it as a formal letter. And when you are residing in a hostel and you are about to convey whereabouts of yourself to your parents, or you will have to ask money for some excursion and all. In that case, you will write your informal letter or personal letter because the letter is written to your parents. You know very well whom you are writing the letter. They are personally related to you. I hope I am clear what are informal letters and what are formal letters. Now let's discuss what is the format of writing these formal letters. As we discussed, the person whom you are writing to the letter is nowhere related to you, and hence they don't have an idea who you are and from whom they are receiving the letter. That's the reason why we just write a sender's address. That means if you are writing the letter, your address at first in the very beginning of the letter writing. So here sender's address. Then I am not writing any address here because I just would like to make it clear what is written in sequence. Then we will get back to each part. After writing sender's address, you will have to write the date here. After date, again receiver's address. Once you have finished writing this, then salutation. Salutation, you will have to write the subject. Then body. Body of the letter is split into three paragraphs. Paragraph 1, para 2 and para 3. Then once you have finished this, you have to write the subscription here. And after that, if at all any enclosures are there, you will mention it at the last. So we are clear now about different parts of these letters. Now we will clearly discuss about these all these parts one by one. So sender's address. What is to be written in the sender's address? First you will have to write your flat number or door number or house number. Then In which street are you residing? So name of the street. And where, in which colony does it exist? After that, name of the city, followed by pin code. To make you understand it clearly, I have mentioned this, but while writing, you need not to write all these. You just can name the street that you are residing in and name the city that you are residing in, followed by the pin code. Make sure you write in the correct format, whether you write the original address, correct actual address or not, nobody is going to check. So you don't bother much about that address that you write, but you should be mindful about the format that you write. So first, this flat number or door number or house number. Where is that house or flat situated? If it is flat, you don't forget to name the apartment that you reside. So one more line gets added there. If it is just a door number or house number, in which street is that house or villa or door situated, that you will mention. After that, name of the city you will mention. One more thing you will have to focus is the alignment is also very much important. One line if you start here, the second line should be started here and third line should not be started here. So alignment is also very much essential. And one more thing is, don't give any heading to the letter writing saying farmer letter, letter to editor, letter to publisher. So likewise you are not expected to give any type of headings there. One more thing that you need to remember is, few people place a comma here at the end of each line. If at all you would like to go with those punctuation marks in the letter writing, make sure you place a comma after each and every line except the last line, either in sender's address or the receiver's address. If at all you don't place any punctuation, then it is fine. Then coming to date. Make sure you leave one line here, then in the next line you will have to write the date. And by the way we write the date, I mean to say the format itself, we come to know that it's a date, and you need not to mention in specific that it's a date. You directly better write the date. So today it's 20th June, 2020. There are multiple, I mean to say 2-3 ways to write the date. So this is one of them. If at all you go with the subscription here 20th followed by month, then we have to place a comma here at June, name of the month, then here a full stop. Basically in CBSE this is the format of writing date which is mostly preferred. Then if at all you don't want to go with this, there is another way. June 2020. This format of writing the date is also correct. You can choose either of them. Now, receiver's address. Since you have mentioned the date here, now you are going to receiver's address which are totally different from each other. Make sure you leave one line here. Then you start writing receiver's address. Who is the receiver and how to decide his address? As I told you, that receiver is very much unknown to us, but still we have an official reason to write a letter. Then how do we know his address? You get to know his or her address in the question that you are given. Suppose if you are asked to write a letter to the bookseller ordering for few books, so you will just write the book publisher's name itself. And if you are asked to write a letter to the editor, you will just write the address of that editor itself, editor of that particular newspaper itself. So the thing that is to be noticed is, you are not going to write any name of that person in the receiver's address. Since we don't know who it is, we will just write their designation there. Suppose if it is, let us take an example that we are going to write the letter to editor. In that case, we write the editor. Since it is the designation and we are writing it to the highest official of that particular wing, we have to adopt the capital letter here. The editor of which newspaper, if it is given in the question in specific, you better choose that. If not, you can take any newspaper here. So I am taking it the Hindu. Then you write Hyderabad. So we are clear till here. I didn't place full stop. I didn't go with any commas. So in the last line also full stop is not required. After that again you leave a line and make sure you write the salutation. So in salutation we generally, if we meet the person in person, then we say hi sir, hello sir, good evening sir, good afternoon sir. But we can't wish him or her in the letter writing because we don't know at what time it is going to reach them. So it's just a formal way of greeting itself. Salutation is nothing but greeting. So here we write dear sir or madam. Why did I adopt capital letters here? The reason is this sir or madam is used instead of their noun. So we have to write capital letters here. After that, this salutation should always be followed by a comma here, and then we write subject. As I said, you have to be very mindful of this alignment. Next, we will have to write the subject here. This subject should always be written in short and it should be very clear. It can't be written in many sentences. So it should be very precise as well as it should be clear. So here itself the reader or receiver should get a clear and fair idea what this letter is about. So you will write the subject here. After that you will write the body. Body of the letter is split into 3 paragraphs we discussed. And the first paragraph is nothing but the introduction. It's not your introduction. Introduction to the topic. What made you to write? What is your concern? And what you would like to draw the attention towards. So you will write that in the first paragraph. Then in the second paragraph you will write the exact message what you would like to convey. And in third paragraph you will conclude it. For conclusion also there are definite, it's not conclusion. There are certain phrases which are used commonly and it depends upon again the receiver and the subject that we are writing. And then once you are done with the body, you will go to subscription. So here in subscription you can end up saying yours truly. And be careful here also, this yours, Y is written in capital letter and T is written in small letter. Here you can even write yours sincerely, yours obediently. Yours obediently is written only when you write a letter to your teachers or principal. For others you can write yours truly or yours sincerely. And after that you should keep a comma here. Then you need to write your full name. Suppose my name is XYZ. I will write that XYZ here. Then full stop. And if at all enclosure is required, suppose your letter is all about an application to the post, then you will write enclosure. You will keep here enclosure, and whatever you are enclosing with the letter, we will mention here. If this is not applicable to the letter that we are writing, we simply don't mention it at all. And one more thing that is to be remembered is, if at all you have any reference. Suppose you have seen one advertisement regarding the vacancy in certain organization. Then When you will apply for that, you will take the reference also, and that is to be written after subject with reference to the advertisement that was posted in so and so newspaper on so and so date. Likewise, we mention the reference. If at all it is not there for the letter that we are not writing, then what to do? Simply don't mention it. So this is the format of letter writing, formal letter, and once again we will conclude it. Since we are writing the letter who is a totally an unknown person to us, it is all started with the sender's address. That means you yourself will be the sender of the letter. So it goes in a certain format. If at all you would like to keep a comma, if you would like to place punctuation marks, place a comma at each and every line except the last line. Last line needs full stop. If you don't want to go with any punctuation mark, that's up to you. That is also fair enough. And then writing a date. For that also I have given you another way or another format of writing the letter. But don't forget to keep this, represent this as a superscription only, and don't forget to keep a comma and full stop here. And coming to receiver's address also. First this since we are not writing his name and we know only his designation, we use these two letters in the capital only. Suppose if you are writing the letter to commissioner, even then the T is a capital letter and commissioner C will be capital letter. Likewise, he is the editor of which newspaper I have mentioned. If it is some other organization, you will mention the name of that organization there. And then where is it situated, that organization, that also we mention. Here also again, if at all you have adopted punctuation marks in sender's address, make sure you will adopt the same way for this receiver's address as well. Then salutation. Salutation is nothing but greeting them. If you are sure that he is a male, then you just write dear sir. If you don't know the gender, then you better write sir or madam followed by a comma. But this is very much essential. We can't skip this. After that, you need to write subject. Subject should be written very shortly and briefly, and also it should be very precise. You can't write paragraphs and paragraphs here. Not even a sentence. It should be a phrase only. And after that, you, if at all there is any reference, you will mention that reference after subject. If at all it is not applicable for the letters that we are writing, you just skip it. And then comes body of the letter. First paragraph, you will write the introduction of the topic, continued by another paragraph in which you write the message, and then followed by conclusion. So after writing these three paragraphs, you will write the subscription here. Subscriptions we can use yours sincerely, yours truly, like that for formal letters, then followed by your name and then full stop. If at all any enclosures are required, if you are going to send them, you can mention it after your name here. If it is not required, not applicable for your letters, you can just end up the letter here. And here many of the students place comma apostrophe here. So that apostrophe is not required. We should not keep it there. And this T is never a capital letter. It should be written in small letter only. We will meet in another video with a different topic. Till then, bye.